Now, before we go around the league, we have to go to the Peoria Chiefs. What do they mean to you?
They mean a lot. It was the first place I played in minor league baseball. It was Chicago Cubs. It was owned by Pete Vanaken, who passed away this summer, who to me is one of the greatest owners in sports. And I got a chance to play at home my first half season and lived at home. My father took great care of me and kept me well fed and kept me healthy and kept me going.
Now, July 28th was Joe Girardi Bobblehead Night, celebrating 150 years of Catholic school in Peoria. And this is what they gave out.
Yeah, that is me in my Spalding Institute, which is a Catholic school, uniform, and I was number 5, and I was a catcher.
All right, Joe, were you the big man on campus?
Yeah, I don't know. It was a wonderful place to grow up. It was a wonderful school to go to. My brothers and sisters all went there, and I was happy to be a part of this.
All right, when you first started in this minor league team, did you think you were going to be in the big leagues?
I did.
Yeah.
I always believed that I was going to make. You're having fun with that, but that's my high school uniform. I always believed.
Even in high school, you thought that?
I wrote an essay in 3rd grade that I would play for the Chicago Cubs, and I always believed that I would make it.
Ever any doubt?
No, I really didn't. I knew that that's what I wanted to do, and you know, I've been blessed very richly by God, in a sense, with the talent to play, and I worked at it.
Now, a lot of people get bobbleheads and they don't think it looks like them. Now, I don't know if this looks like you. Do you think it looks like you?
Yeah, I think it does.
Yeah?
I mean, I think they did a good job.
Yeah, I like it. It must be a cool
Some
thing
days
to
my
have.
head bounces like that, too.
You know, they were going to have a bobblehead night for me, but they didn't think they had enough plastic, so they couldn't
Well,
make
they maybe
enough.
felt it would be top-heavy and tip over.
Like that. All right, instant replay.
All right.
Instant replay looks like it's going to really come into the forefront in 2014. What do you think? What do you think of what they've proposed so far?
Well, I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to get the calls right, and I agree with that. And I think they're trying to make the game better. And they talked about this is not going to be the final, you know, result of what they're trying to do. They're going to have to tweak it a little bit. But to me, the bottom line is getting the call right. And there's part of me that says, you know, the red flag might be fun, but it puts a lot of pressure on the manager, you know, because in the first 6 innings, you're only allowed to do it once, and you have to pick the right call. And if you're wrong, you can't use it. And maybe there's a call in the 5th inning that changes the complexion of the game. You already used it. I just kind of wish there was someone up in the sky that says, here it is. But to me, what becomes really important is your video guy. Your video guy is going to become extremely important. His job, he's going to have to be on the ball and react very quickly.
I like it because I think there are a lot of blown calls that could be corrected. But what I don't like, and I just want to get your take on it, it shouldn't be a game. There shouldn't be gamesmanship. There shouldn't be challenges. Because if you challenge something in the 3rd inning and you're wrong, and then there's a blatant bad call in the 6th inning, too bad because you used your challenge. That's gamesmanship. I thought it's about correcting bad calls.
Well, that's my concern because I got to tell you, one of the hardest calls for me to make and to see is a safe route at first. Mm-hmm. And there are times that I am absolutely positive that the guy's safe and he's out, and vice versa. So that is a tough call, and you never know in that first 6 innings when's going to be the most important moment. And I think it puts a little pressure on the manager, and you really got to think about what you're doing.
Now, I talked to Tony La Russa today, and they think that it's not going to make the game longer because it's going to cut out 3 or 4 minute arguments between the manager and the umps. That could also save
It's going to save me money, that's for sure. It's going to save me a lot of money, probably. So, and, you know, I know the umpires want to get the calls right, and with the invention of, you know, super slow-mo, to me it's hard to be an umpire in a lot of instances now because they didn't used to have that, and they couldn't go back and see everything, you know, to the millisecond. Was he safe route? And it makes their job very difficult.
There are some things that can't be looked at with instant replay. One of them is hit batters, and it's funny because on Friday you had one where Carp thought he got hit, and we looked at the replay 6 times, and we really couldn't tell. Sometimes you can't tell either.
Yeah, I think it's a call. To me, it should be any call that can affect the game. And I know they don't want to slow the game down because managers would probably check anything. But to me, the bottom line is getting it right. And if we have the ability to do it, why not do it?
Football coaches hate the extra responsibility. Are you okay with the challenge?
Well, as I said, I'd rather have an eye in the sky that was just checking every play, and they could do it very quickly.
All right, a lot of things going on around baseball. The Yankees are hot right now, and the MVP debate is raging again as it was last year. Seems like the sabermetricians like Mike Trout because he plays better defense and runs the bases, but boy, it was hard for you to get out Miguel Cabrera. Who do you think is the MVP?
Well, I think it's got to be Miguel Cabrera right now, or I think you can even talk about Chris Davis for what he's done with their club. I mean, those, to me, have to be the two leading vote getters right now, and they're having special years.
Special year has to be what you'd say the Dodgers are having.
Yeah.
They never lose. I believe
No.
as we tape this, I think they're 40-9 or 40-8 in their last.
And we
40.
beat them once.
You beat them.
Yeah, that's
you were
right.
One of those, and you almost won the other game.
That's right. We were 1-1 against them when we went out. They were on some kind of roll, and they have their pitching in order. Their offense is in order. Puig has been tremendous. Hanley Ramirez has been tremendous. They're getting contributions from everybody.
What's the closest you've ever been to on a team that was like that? Paul O'Neill said 98. You guys
Yeah.
thought you'd win all the time.
Yeah, we won 114 games during the course of the season, so that's kind of how it felt.
All right, now, most managers are hired to be fired other than Walter Alston, and one of the shoe drops on Friday as Charlie Manuel, the manager that you beat for the 2009 World Series, gets fired. The winningest manager in the National League since 2005, but I guess nothing's forever.
No, yeah, it is, and no one's ever, safe. I mean, this is a job that you have to perform at a very high level every year, and if you don't, there's going to be changes. And I thought Charlie did a tremendous job in Philly. I have a ton of respect for him, and he's a good man.